Your guiding light, Rush Limbaugh. Devoted to the truth 24/7. Executing assigned host duties flawlessly, zero mistakes. Okay, so now everybody's demanding that we have conversations about race. Remember when Eric Holder, way back in the beginnings of the regime... Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell you about the truth. Yeah. Just be patient. We're going to get it. Snerdley wants to know if I'm going to unveil the truth about the Ray Rice. Yes, I'll tell you exactly what happened there in mere moments. Because people are trying to wade through that. That's also not very complicated in terms of understanding why he won his appeal. It's going to be, once I explain this to you, it's going to be very simple to understand. But we'll get to there in just a second. Remember when Eric Holder said that we were cowards? And because we didn't have the guts to talk about race. We were too afraid to have the conversation about race. And, of course, now the left is demanding that we all engage in a conversation about race. And, of course, when this conversation takes place, there is something that must be avoided at all costs. And that's the evidence in the Ferguson case. As we discuss race, as we shed our cowardice, as we get rid of our fear, and we openly embrace a conversation about race, we must all agree to ignore the evidence in the Ferguson case and discuss it from an entirely different perspective. And the perspective that they are demanding that we cowards accept is that Brown, and the evidence of the case is irrelevant because the gentle giant is a metaphor for the symbol of injustice in America today between the cops and black citizens. Now, it's a total non sequitur. It is taking the facts and ignoring them, establishing a new narrative that is based on accepting the lies that were told about the evidence here as real. And what we have here, we have a contest. We have a contest of power over truth. And on the side of those using the power to define truth, you have the drive-by media. We have the White House, we have the Democrat Party, and they have the civil rights organizations. And they are up against police officers and their organizations, union representatives and so forth, and citizens who might not have a voice much anywhere. Because, you see, the truth is relative. The truth is whatever we can end up making it. And every time the truth gets obliterated and destroyed and then redefined, if I had to guess, you get a little bit more dispirited. Because we've all thought for the longest time that the real key to reversing the destructive directions this country is headed in is the truth. And the persuasive power of the truth and the ability of the truth to inform. And there's a political apparatus in this country that just can't deal with it. The truth would rip them to shreds. The truth would literally destroy them. You know, the facts of the Trayvon Martin case ended up not fitting the claims of the media and others. So Trayvon Martin had to become a symbol. And still is. Just like the facts of the Duke Lacrosse stripper case ended up not supporting the media's claims. So she had to become a symbol of past grievance, which didn't happen either. They don't win each and every time they try, but they are hell-bent on this one. Grab audio soundbite number 5. Here is Calypso Louie. Minister Farrakhan was in Baltimore on Saturday at Morgan State University.
You may not want to fight, but you better get ready. Teach your baby how to throw the bottle if they can't bite. We're going to die anyway. Let's die for something. As long as they kill us and go to Wendy's and have a burger and go to sleep, they're going to keep killing us. But when we die and they die, then soon we're going to sit at a table and talk about we tired. We want some of this earth or we'll tear this goddamn country up.
And there you have it. Calypso Louis promising future actions if he doesn't get his way on whatever it is that he wants. Now, keep in mind, I hate to keep reminding people this, but this is all happening after the election of the first African-American president in this country. This is all happening in the midst of a genuinely historical event. The election of the first African-American president, which many people believed would bring to a screeching halt all of this. Many people voted for Obama in the hope and dream that his election, whatever else it meant, would prove that there is no racism, that there is no racial hatred any longer in America, certainly not anywhere near a majority, and that we would begin the process of healing. And, of course, it has only gotten worse. It's only gotten worse, and the flamethrowers are in charge of the gasoline. That's exactly right. Because what Obama is doing at the White House today is community organizing. He's not acting as president. The official White House African American Education Twitter account, which is run out of the White House, has retweeted an article from the Huffington and Puffington Post, what they're discussing today. Community organizing is what they're discussing at the White House. There's a panel of people, their holders up there, Al Sharpton's up there, and what they are doing is coming up with 5 ways to teach about Michael Brown and Ferguson. And here they are. In the classroom, ask students what they know and what they want to know. And, of course, after the students ask, then, of course, implied here is you have the right answer, which is not what the grand jury said. Number 2, help students make connections. Number 3, ask students to write letters and become agitators themselves. Number 4, create a classroom memorial to the gentle giant. And number 5, carry the theme for the rest of the school year. This is what is being discussed and advocated today in a White House committee meeting on how to move forward, not from the Michael Brown incident, but from the grand jury. From the grand jury announcement. How to move forward because the story and the truth now is becoming the grand jury, not the gentle giant, and not what the gentle giant did. The story is becoming the symbol of injustice that has existed for centuries, regardless what actually happened here. Let's forget and never, ever be reminded of what actually happened here. And instead of saying what happened, we'll reconstruct a scenario that is symbolic of the injustice, no matter what actually happened. Time magazine. Ferguson protesters have gained the lead in Time's Person of the Year poll. 7 days to go in the voting. Unrest in Ferguson and around the country focused attention on race and policing, helping to lift Ferguson protesters into first place. In the Time Reader poll, 10.7% of the vote. Time magazine has their Person of the Year, Man of the Year. It used to be Man of the Year, but you can't do that anymore. So it's now Person of the Year. And they've opened it up for public voting as a PR gimmick. And leading, we are to believe, leading leading the public vote on Person of the Year are the Ferguson, Missouri protesters. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if Time Magazine's Person of the Year is the Gentle Giant when this is all said and done. Do not be surprised.